The Z30 camera has environmental seals on its body, which makes it a weather-resistant camera and provides resistance against the water and dust. The Z30 will serve you well if you want to use your camera in extreme conditions, and if you like outdoors photography. You will have a great all-weather kit if you attach one of these Nikon Z30 weather-sealed lenses to your camera. There are 24 weather-sealed lenses for Nikon Z30, but today we will share 10 of them for your made decision which one is best choice for your daily photography activity. Nikon Z28-75 Millimeters F 2.8 is a Nikon standard zoom with 35 mm maximum FF sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with Nikon Z mount cameras. There is a focal range of 28 to 75 mm and a zoom ratio of 2.7x. The 35 mm FF, equivalent of 42 to 112.5 mm, is what it provides when it is mounted on an APS-C sensor camera, under light rain, snow, and wind. The weather-sealed lens of the Nikon Z28-75 mm f 2.8 provides extra protection to prevent water and dust from entering the lens and camera body. The Nikon Z28-75 mm f 2.8 has a zoom method where the length of the lens is changed as you zoom in or out. It is possible to design the lens with a smaller minimum length compared to internal zoom lenses. The design's disadvantages include being harder to seal against dust and humidity, weight balance shifting while zooming in, zoom creeps in certain lenses, and so on. Nikon Z24-70 mm f4s is a fast zoom, standard AF standard zoom lens with 35 mm FF max sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with Nikon Z mount cameras. This new Nikon lens offers a 24-70 mm focal range and a 2.9x zoom ratio when mounted on an APS-C sensor camera with 1.5x crop. It provides an 36-105 mm under light rain, snow, and wind. The weather-sealed lens of the Nikon Z24-70 mm f4s provides extra protection to prevent water and dust from getting inside the lens and camera body. Nikon Z24-120 mm f4s is an autofocus AF standard zoom lens with 35 mm FF max sensor coverage. It's designed to be used with Nikon Z mount cameras. The focal range is 24 to 120 mm, and the 5.0x zoom ratio allows you to get closer for shots. When you're shooting in a harsh environment, it's always a good idea to have a weatherproof lens that will help prevent moisture and dust from getting into the lens and camera body. This Nikon weather-sealed lens offers protection against moisture and dust. Nikon Z24-70 mm f 2.8s is a standard zoom lens with a 35 mm maximum coverage. It's a Nikon Z mount lens, so it's compatible with cameras that have Nikon Z lens mount. The lens has 3.9x zoom ratio, so you get extra wide in telephoto. Nikon Z24-70 mm f/2.8s is a weather-sealed lens that provides extra protection for your camera body. It is also designed to minimize the impact of light rain and snow on its optical performance. The Nikon Z14-24 mm f 2.8s is an autofocus AF ultra-wide-angle zoom lens with 35 mm FF max sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with the Z mount cameras. The 35 mm FF, equivalent of 21 to 36 mm, is provided by the Nikon Z14-24 mm f 2.8s, which is a weather-sealed lens. Nikon Z14-30 mm f4s is a high-quality zoom lens. This is an AF zoom lens with a 35 mm max sensor coverage. It's compatible with cameras with Nikon Z lens mount. A new camera called the Nikon Z30 is released by Nikon and is compatible with Nikon Z lenses. The camera has a focal range of 14 to 30 mm and has a 2.1x optical zoom. When it is mounted on an APS-C sensor camera with 2.5x crop, It provides an 35mm FF, equivalent of 21 to 45 millimeters. The Nikon Z14 to 30mm f4s has a maximum magnification ratio of 3.16x. It has a minimum focusing distance of 4.16x, means that the max magnification ratio is very low and not suitable even for modest close-up shots. The Nikon Z24mm f1.8s is an autofocus wide-angle prime lens with 35mm FF max sensor coverage, and it is compatible with cameras that have the Z lens mount. If you want to have an effective protection, you need to pair the Nikon Z24mm f1.8s with a weather-sealed camera body such as the Z30, Z9, and ZFC. 35mm is the equivalent of 36mm when it is mounted on an APS-C sensor camera with 1.5x crop. This is an autofocus AF ultra-wide-angle prime lens with 35mm FF max sensor coverage, and it's designed to be used with Nikon Z mount cameras. Nikon Z20mm f1.8s is compatible with cameras that have Nikon Z lens mount. The camera that is compatible with the Nikon Z lenses are the Nikon Z30, Z9, and ZFC. The Nikon Z20mm f1.8s has a fixed focal length of 20 mm. This Nikon Z20mm f2.8s is a weather-sealed lens. It's a fast standard prime lens for a variety of subjects. The Nikon Z20mm f3.8s is designed to be used when the camera is mounted on an APS-C sensor camera with 4.5x crop factor. In order to get the best protection, you need to pair the Nikon Z20mm f1.8s with a weather-sealed camera body such as Nikon Z30, Nikon Z9, or Nikon ZFC. The lens comes with a removable lens hood, which is handy to reduce lens flare and glare in your photos. The Nikon Z35mm f1.8s is an autofocus wide-angle prime lens with 35mm FF max sensor coverage, and it is compatible with cameras that have the Z mount. The 35mm FF, equivalent of 2.50mm, can be obtained when it is mounted on an APS-C sensor camera with 3.5x crop dot. If you want to have an effective protection, you need to pair the Nikon Z35mm f1.8s with a weather-sealed camera body such as the Z30, Z9, and ZFC. The Samyang MF14mm f2.8Z is a manual focus MF ultra-wide-angle prime lens with 35mm FF max sensor coverage, and it is designed to be used with the Nikon Z mount cameras. In some countries, the Samyang MF14mm f2.8Z is sold under the name of the Rokinon MF14mm f2.8Z. Some of the latest released cameras that are compatible with the Nikon Z lens are the Z30, Z9, and ZFC. Samyang. The 35mm FF, equivalent of 21mm, is provided when it is mounted on an APS-C sensor camera with 1.5x crop. If you want to have an effective protection, you have to pair the Samyang MF14mm f2.8Z with a weather-sealed camera body such as the Z30, Z9, and ZFC. Our conclusion: these lenses will not only improve your photography, but they will improve the life of your camera. When it comes to lenses, the choice is very wide. You have zoom lenses, fisheye lenses, macro lenses, ultra-wide-angle lenses, telephoto lenses. You have many choices. Choose wisely. Some of the lenses will be perfect for outdoor photography, some will be perfect for indoor photography. But the best one is the Nikon Z30 camera with 10 weather-sealed lenses. We hope this video will give you a clear idea about weather-sealed lenses and Nikon Z30. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you liked it. Subscribe to our channel and enjoy new video every week. We recommend you to watch these videos, and we'll see you next time.